Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now today I would like to discuss something about the Tanzanian crisis. But before we discuss about the Tanzanian crisis, let's first go back and look into the history a bit about Tanzania. We all understand that Tanzania has been built by one man called Julius Nyerere. Nyerere was a man of a vision that he believed of uniting Tanzanians as one people with the agenda of developing Tanzanians and making the way it is. Today, Tanzania looks like that because of one man's agenda. That's Julius Nyerere. And of course, many other presidents came into power and they did their part, and Tanzania, a democratic system, has been working for all that time and that period. Now, why are we talking about all this? Because currently or recently, one woman who is trending all over East Africa and Africa at large, after defiling against all odds of within the democratic process of Tanzanians. And now the Tanzanian Gen Z, they're asking themselves if they made a mistake, or maybe John Magufuli made a mistake. Now let me tell you something. We all understand that Tanzania was being led by a great man, of a visionary man, known as John Magufuli. Magufuli was a man of a vision, a man of a dream, to see that how much he loved Tanzania. I think most people refer Magufuli as a bulldozer, and also most people refer him as the duplicate of Julius Nyerere because of his actions, plans, and how he wants to tackle things here and there. But the vice president by then was Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan. But remember very well that whoever is a vice president served under the leadership of the president, which was John Magufuli. But unfortunately, John Magufuli era came to an end in the period of 2019 to 2020 of COVID-19. And then later on, we see that Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan takes over the country as the head of state. But we should not forget that by then, Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan did not have a manifesto like something that she built as her visions. So she has to run on a manifesto of John Magufuli. Now, people expected that since she has been the vice president of John Magufuli in the first term, so in this second term, I believe she can carry on and complete the agenda and the dream of John Magufuli. And that has been the dream of every Tanzanian. That has been whatever has been in the mind of Tanzania, is that she's going to accomplish every agenda that John Magufuli started. Then, when you read her times there, I think she has not been doing exactly as she is supposed to do to accomplish every achievement or manifesto of John Magufuli. I think she has been building herself, moving out and see how she can root herself into to become the next president of Tanzania, duly elected, because by then she was not elected, but she was elected as a running mate of John Magufuli, but then she managed to get in through power as the head of state. But this time she has to go through as head of state, being fully duly elected by the Tanzanian people. But then people thought, now since John Magufuli is gone, she has stepped in. She being a woman, people expected maybe she would do something different. But the way she handled the oppositions of the main opposition of Tanzania, and then charging her into prison with the treason, all that has become something big that has been going through every mind of the Tanzanians. Now, when elections came into place, you find that she decided to refuse these main oppositions to run. Then she put someone else who was part of their party to run. And unfortunately, things didn't go well. We saw all the chaos that happened in Tanzania and everything. But unfortunately, people claim that over 700 people died. Okay, but of course, that number can never and ever be verified because of the internet shutdowns into Tanzania, and no one can prove that. And of course, many people have been blocked from verifying that. Now Tanzania, they only share what they can share. As we speak, she has been sworn back as the next president of Tanzania, and according to the Tanzania constitutions, it is fully indicated that the president has been declared by the electoral commissioner and has been put it into place. Therefore, no any jurisdictions has the rights to to challenge the presidential elections. Now, that is why now I come in and ask the people of Tanzania. Now, the first thing you need to do is, as a political activist, go and advocate for that amendment needs to be changed, because a true meaning of a democracy, it is when a president can be challenged into the court of law. A president can be impeached in case he's not doing his right job. Yes, for example, here in Uganda, even people, some of you guys, you laughed at us, but our constitutions give us our democratic rights of practice. Although, as I said in the other previous video, Uganda is being run under a communist democracy where the government is like between the communist and the democratic setting. So you see all this happening. But we can say our constitution gives us a right. In Uganda, at least we can say we can challenge the president's election into the court of law. We can advocate for certain policy. We can protest, although our protest sometimes is being compressed, is down. But at least we have that kind of freedoms where we practice our democracy in our own terms. Just only, I say, maybe some few people sometimes make that kind of a protest to make it violent by joining, protest by destroying. But in actual sense, if we do it in the right way, in a proper way and a proper manner, I think the police always will allow us to do that protest. But unfortunately, some people join it, but with a lot of chaotic and something like that. But at least in our country, that is working. So we urge the people of Tanzania that you see. So the question is, it's Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan's lying into the left or into the right? Now, we fail to understand that. So most people are saying that she's now coping, since she's a Muslim, she's trying to take Tanzania back into a communist state of running the state, or is trying to take Tanzania into an authoritarian mean of running a state. But that one, I am not sure, and I don't know what people are saying, that it shall be verified as time goes on. But as we speak right now, she has been elected as the next president of Tanzania. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring this kind of brief story about that, so that later on, as we come with more video, we understand more of who Mama Samia Suluhu Hassan is and what is her agenda. She's being a Muslim. And then what about the Christians who are in Tanzania? Are they going to be oppressed? Because right now you see what has happened. So they expect a lot of changes within her leadership to take place with immediate effect. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you guys next time, and see you guys in the next video. God bless you.